Hello everyone, it's Enigma here, and welcome to this video where I basically review Nintendo and what their 2018 had to offer. So, this year is almost over. Tomorrow is the last day of 2018, and, we've gone so far into this year. We've seen basically everything Nintendo had to show off for this year, and tomorrow is the last day of 2018 before we move on to 2019. And I'm so excited for what Nintendo has to show off for 2019 because they can literally show off anything. And meet me in January, and I'm going to make a video on January 1st, 2019, where I talk about some 2019 predictions, but this video is talking about 2018. So now that we're at the end of the year, I thought that we should just go over everything that Nintendo basically did this year, and if it holds up, or just overall, how was the year, basically? Like, what did Nintendo do good, and, some things that they kind of screwed up on. Now, I'm just gonna get this out of the way here. I thought this year was pretty meh. I don't think it was bad, but I don't think it was good either. I think it was just meh. They did some really amazing things, but at the same time, they did some not-so-amazing things, and, some stuff that was in between. This year, this year was definitely not a 2017. Definitely 2017 is still the best year for the Switch. It just had a lot of good games all in one year. Mario, Zelda, and Splatoon. Some of Nintendo's biggest series all in one year. 2017 was definitely the best year of the Switch, but 2018 was a bit lackluster comparing to 2017. So basically, this year started off with a January mini direct, and basically they announced a lot of ports. Now, I know some people aren't against ports. I know a lot of people that actually do love the ports, but honestly, I'm kind of in the boat of not liking ports. I don't like ports, because why play a game that I've already played before? I mean, yeah, it's on the go, but personally, I'm not a big fan of ports. I understand why they do it because, some people that missed out on the Wii U was not a commercial success and, just not that good, but the Switch is there to, help those Wii U games basically, come alive again, basically, and, I understand that, but for a hardcore Switch gamer like myself, or a Nintendo gamer, like, I pretty much own all the Nintendo consoles up to the 64. I own the 64, GameCube, Wii U, and the Switch. I own all those consoles, and, for me, it's just like, I got a lot of Wii U games, so it's like, why spend more money on just a port, I understand if you never got a Wii U, then, that's fine. In fact, there was a few Wii U games that I kind of skipped out on, like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I skipped out on that, and recently I got it for Christmas, and I tried playing around with it. It was actually a lot of fun, and I feel bad for missing out on it. It was actually a really good game. So obviously I wanted to get it on the Switch, have a nice experience with the game, and it was a lot of fun. But, like games like Donkey Kong Country, I got it just to grow my Switch library, but that was already a game I own. But yeah. Anyways, the January Direct also had Mario Tennis Aces. Now, Mario Tennis Aces, at first, it actually looked pretty impressive. We thought that, this was back when we thought that Nintendo was gonna, change up the series a little bit. Make them, fleshed out, make them brand new, and unfortunately, it kind of fell off expectations, because when we first saw Mario Tennis Aces, a lot of people were really impressed. We thought it was, back to the original format, but really, it wasn't. You know, the story mode was kind of niche, not really that good, and you know, the gameplay, it kind of reminds me of not Aces. That's the game I'm talking about. Ultra Smash, which we all know what an abomination that was. That was a terrible game, a terrible excuse of a Mario Tennis game, and I don't want to compare Mario Tennis Aces to Ultra Smash. I do like Aces a lot better, but there are some things that made it fall flat that they could have improved. Another thing is that it's one of those games where they release the game, but they don't add the content until later on. I hate that idea because we get the game so that we can, you know, have the full experience. You know, why would we want to buy a game but not get all of the content? And, you know, Mario Tennis Aces, it's one of those games where it's just gonna update frequently, and it's just I don't like that concept. And you know, I feel like the game could have been a lot better if the stuff that they're adding gradually just came with the game. You know, I don't get why they just don't finish these games before releasing them. That would have been a lot better. Like, I could have been totally fine waiting for Mario Tennis Aces in 2019 for them to finish everything they wanted to do for this game. I would have been totally fine with that. But, you know, they just released the game too early on, and, you know, it's just one of those games where they just update gradually, and I just do not like that idea. And the last thing from that January Direct that I can really think about, actually, there's two things, actually. Actually, we're gonna talk about, actually, 3 DLC packs at once, because I think this year was a huge year for DLC for games. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, plus Donkey Kong Adventure, Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, and the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna Expansion. I think that's what it's called, I'm not sure. But yeah, those are like DLC packs, and basically, you know, it's like a new story mode for like these games. It like has a completely different story from the main game, and you know, it just has a whole new concept. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have much to say about these. I own Splatoon 2, I own Mario plus Rabbids, I don't own Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I completely don't understand that game at all, and so I don't really have a say in that. But what I will say is that I haven't played any of the DLC expansions, so I can't really say too much, but I've heard a lot of good things from them, and, you know, from gameplay, looking at gameplay, it actually looks probably even better than the main game. Splatoon 2 felt very similar to Splatoon 1, in my opinion, but the Octo expansion really makes Splatoon 2, in my opinion, like from the looks of it, really different from Splatoon 1, and actually makes Splatoon 2 worthwhile getting. And that's what I really like about that, because, you know, I felt like Splatoon 2 was, like, way too similar. Like, too similar to the point where, like, I couldn't even, like, recognize the two from each other. Like, they looked very similar. And the Donkey Kong Adventure, I'm waiting on getting that. I might get that in the future. It's just, I don't like getting stuff right away. You know, I'm not really like that. But Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, you know, I love that game. I really do. That game's pretty fun. And, you know, if I get the Donkey Kong Adventure, that's going to be even more fun. And the last thing that I can actually worthwhile talk about from the January Direct was the Dark Souls Remastered. Now, I never played a Dark Souls game. I'm going to be honest, I never played a Dark Souls game. But I've heard a lot of people, you know, really got excited over that, and I'm really excited for you guys. You know, a lot of people, it makes sense. Dark Souls is a pretty huge series, so it's a pretty big deal. And it definitely made sense to show that last. I completely agree. Overall, I don't think the mini direct was that mini, honestly. I feel like they had a lot of really surprising announcements. Like I said, Dark Souls Remastered, the Donkey Kong Adventure, and, you know, some good ports, you know. I mean, again, I'm not a huge fan of the ports, but I do understand why Nintendo makes them, so I'm not gonna, you know, stop them from making them. It makes a whole lot of sense for them to make ports, it's just I'm not a big fan of the idea. And a Mario Tennis game. Now, sure, it is kind of mediocre, but again, I would definitely take Aces over Ultra Smash any day. Ultra Smash sucked ass. So I'm glad that, you know, Mario Tennis Aces fixed a few things from Ultra Smash to make it an even better game. That's what I really appreciate about those games. I really do appreciate it. Anyways, February. There was nothing big in February. I'm trying to think. I don't think there was anything big that was announced in February or released in February. I think February was a pretty, you know, short month. You know, nothing too big. And then comes March. March was a huge year for, I mean, not a huge year, a huge month for 2018, for Nintendo. So we come to the March Direct, and yeah, there was a few ports every here and there, and a few new game announcements. But the March Direct revealed something that totally saved this year. Smash Brothers. So, I wish I reacted to that March Direct. I wish I had my reaction. Because, like, I was almost tearing up when I saw Smash. I was like, like, that was my reaction. I was, like, just screaming like a girl when I saw a new Smash game. Like, I was, like, my reaction was insane. And, you know, Smash, that was, like, the big game of this year. But the March Direct revealed other things besides Smash, like, they revealed a lot of ports, and one port that I'm actually really excited about, well, that I was excited about, I already own the game, but, Crash Insane Trilogy. Oh, excuse me, that's what I was waiting for. Oh, sorry about that. Crash Insane Trilogy. I freaked out when I saw Crash Insane Trilogy coming to the Switch. You know, I was so excited for that game, because at the time, that was my most wanted port, was Crash. And I do not own a PlayStation 4, so I couldn't get Crash, which sucked. But as soon as I saw Crash in that March Direct, you know, it made me so happy. And, you know, I was so glad that that was finally getting ported. It made me so happy. Other games like Sushi Striker was in that. It looks like just a fun party game, but nothing too big to, you know, write home about. But I've heard some people say that it's pretty fun. And this was also the Direct where they announced the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. I've already talked about that. So basically, other stuff they revealed, Captain Toad, the port. I'm kind of glad they did that because I skipped out on it in the Wii U era. So I'm glad that, you know, they're porting that game. Other than that, I'm trying to think because I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Undertale. I've never played Undertale before. I'll be honest, I never played Undertale. So I would definitely like to try that out on Switch, but, you know, it doesn't look like my type of game, you know. I'm not a big fan of RPGs. Other than that, it was a pretty all-around year for Nintendo. So basically, that was basically it. Now, some things that, I don't know, I can't think of anything else. Alright, so let's go on to April, and I think that was when Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze port for that game came out. I'm pretty sure it was April. So that came out. I'm trying to think of anything else that came out. I'm doing this unscripted, so sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. I don't mean it, but I'm doing this unscripted. I'm just looking at this picture full of games. I don't think anything else came out in April. May was when I think the Donkey Kong Adventure came out. And then comes June. So we're still speculating heavily on this Smash game, whether which characters are returning and which characters are getting cut. This was like the big era, you know, like the era of deciding which characters are getting cut. Only to find out at E3, we get a huge Smash Ultimate blowout, and it reveals every character returning. So no one's cut, everyone's back. And they reveal Ridley. So that was pretty big, unintentional pun. And, you know, but honestly, the E3, though, was kind of meh. Now, the reason why I say it's meh is because, yeah, Smash Ultimate was exciting. Don't get me wrong. I loved the whole reveal of everyone is back and then, you know, Ridley. But one game isn't gonna save E3. If you take out Smash, the only things they showed off was Fire Emblem, which I know it's a huge deal to other people. I get that, but it's not my type of game. Super Mario Party, which that I actually got excited over because it's back to the formula. And Yoshi. That was basically it. Now, the thing with Mario Party is that Mario Party isn't one of those, like, huge, big games that, like, everyone's gonna freak out over. I mean, it's just Mario Party, you know, and I honestly feel like Mario Party honestly should have been revealed at, like, a Direct. I don't think it should have been at E3, honestly. Yoshi, I actually liked... Actually, what am I thinking? Yoshi was not shown off at E3, and that's why a lot of people were mad about the E3. That's what I was thinking about. I meant to say Fortnite. Now, I absolutely hate Fortnite, but I understand that a lot of people really love it, and one person hating on the game doesn't mean that it's not popular. Fortnite's a big deal, and, you know, it's a pretty huge reveal for Nintendo, and I know a lot of people that got Fortnite on my Switch. However, the only reason I do have Fortnite on my Switch is basically just because, you know, Fortnite, my little sister likes Fortnite. She really likes it, so she wants to play on my Switch sometimes and play Fortnite. But yeah. So, Fortnite, and then that was basically it. Other than that, it was mainly just Smash Brothers, and while that's not a bad thing, I really feel like they should have shown off a bit more. And I feel like they should have had a Direct specifically for Smash Brothers before then, while they show more bigger titles at E3. That's basically my opinion on that. So July, comes July, and I honestly, I think July was when we started to see, no, I think that was actually June. We got a little more new information about Pokemon Let's Go. I think we got the first glimpse of gameplay in June, but I don't think it was anything at E3. They kind of just casually showed it off a little before then. So now let's go on to July. I can't think of anything in July, or even August, besides the Smash Direct, which I've talked about the Direct already, so I'm probably just gonna move on. Though, in August, we did have the Nindies Direct, and that was an utter disappointment. That Direct was pretty awful. It didn't show anything, really, and a lot of just meh games. Like, the only game that actually looks cool is the Goose game, but other than that, like, there's really nothing interesting about that Direct, and it was pretty disappointing. And then we also and that was also when we had the Dragalia Lost Direct. Now I actually did not watch that Direct. I totally skipped out on it. But I know a lot of people did watch it, and if you did, that's pretty cool. But Dragalia Lost, you know, I'm not a mobile gamer. I can't stand playing mobile games. It's just really hard for me to do. It's just, I'm not good at, like doing it on my finger, like my thumb. Just overall, not that easy to do. Then comes September. Now, honestly, I think September was a big change throughout the year. I think this is when I think September is like the turning point for 2018 for Nintendo, where they actually started revealing like actually like exciting games. Because by the time the September Direct rolled around, we got Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm so excited for that game. Whether it's a sequel to the GameCube game or a sequel to the 3DS game, either way, I'm still excited. Because I'm honestly in the minority, because I loved both the original and Dark Moon, so I really don't care what style they go for in this game. You know, I really don't care. And the September Direct, they also showed off, well, they didn't show it off, but they announced a new Animal Crossing game, which was about time, because they took too long to reveal that. A lot of people were really, like, upset that that game was not shown off at E3, but Nintendo came around, they came through, and they announced Animal Crossing. However, I'm not going to count Luigi's Mansion or Animal Crossing for this year, and the reason why is because they're 2019 titles. Yes, they were revealed in 2018, but they are technically counted as 2019, so I'm not going to count them as a part of this year. Those are 2019 titles. And other than that, the September Direct was pretty meh. They had Isabelle and Smash. That was actually exciting, you know. I like how they made her different than Villager. And basically, that was basically it. A lot of meh ports, you know, just not a whole lot of interesting stuff there. Then October, Super Mario Party is released, and, you know, I didn't get it right away. In fact, I got it for Christmas again. It was actually pretty fun. It's just that, again, in a similar fashion to Mario Tennis Aces, it was kind of a similar way. You know, they kind of... I feel like it's going to be one of those games where when they release it, it's kind of unfinished, and they're going to add content gradually. Again, I don't like that idea. I just like it when games are complete right when they're given to us. I don't like how, you know, Nintendo is just gradually, like, adding on to their games. I just like it when a game is complete right from the get-go, and, you know, yeah, DLC is one thing, but if we're just getting free updates, you know, I just like it when, you know, games are just, you know, complete when they're released. God, I can't talk today. Actually, something I forgot about September, and I can't believe I forgot this, is that the Online was released, and in my opinion, this was probably the worst thing that came out of Nintendo's 2018. I've gotten my opinions out about the Online. I think it's trash, and I'm probably not going to bother getting it. The only way I'm going to be getting it is if Nintendo makes drastic improvements. If they add dedicated servers, they add Virtual Console, and they add streaming services, then I'll get the Online. But until then, you know, nothing's convincing me to get the Online. They revealed that NES games are going to be on the Online. However, I have an NES Classic Edition, and that is a lot better than what you can find on the Switch Online. I think the NES Classic Edition has far more games than what the Switch offers. So, why get that when you can just get a Classic Edition? And those things are not expensive. I think they're like $30, probably even less than that. Like, I don't see the purpose in that. Cloud saves, you know, you can't even back up some save data from some of the games. Like, some you can and some you can't. Like, Splatoon 2, you can't back up your save data from that. If your Switch breaks, then you're gonna have to start over your Splatoon data all over again. And that's just, like, that's not how you do an online service. And definitely disappointed about the online. Like, there was, like, the online is just not good. And I think it definitely needs some improvements come 2019. So now November. Well, actually, back to October. Other than that, I don't really know anything else that was shown off besides Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party was released in October. So, yeah, now let's go on to November. November is when Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee was released. I've heard some mixed reactions about the game. You know, a lot of people, you know, it was like a Pokemon Yellow remake, which is cool, but it's not really a mainline Pokemon game. But even then, you know, I've heard a lot of people say it's a really good game. It's just I don't own Pokemon Let's Go. I plan on getting it sometime, maybe, but, you know, I'm not a huge Pokemon fanatic, but Pokemon Let's Go was a pretty huge game when it released, and, you know, a lot of people are still playing it. Other than that, that was basically it. Then December, the month we're in now, we had the Game Awards. Now, there was nothing from Nintendo, really. There was, like, literally nothing. We got a few ports for Nintendo games, like this Just Dance ripoff. We got Crash Team Racing. Let's go! I'm so excited for that game. I'm definitely gonna be picking it up when it releases. I'm so excited. And we got Joker for Smash. And we also got Mortal Kombat, 11, I think? Mortal Kombat 11, and Marvel Alliances 3. Other than that, there was really Nintendo. That was really all Nintendo had, and then the day after the Game Awards, Smash dropped. You all know my opinion on Smash. I think it's an amazing game. I love it. If you guys are new to the Smash series, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get the game. And if you don't even have a Switch, what are you doing? Get a Switch! Like, the Switch is an amazing console. You guys need to get a Switch. It's just such a good console. And get Smash. Smash is without a doubt already my favorite Switch game. Like, I always go back to Smash. Like, Smash is definitely one of my favorite games on the Switch, and, you know, I love Smash. You all know that. But other than that, that was basically Nintendo's 2018. Now, they also had Kirby Star Allies. I forgot about that. There's a lot of stuff I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, guys. You know, it's just... they also had Kirby Star Allies. Now, Mario Tennis Aces and Kirby Star Allies. Kirby Star Allies, you know, it was kind of like Mario Tennis Aces. You know, it was kind of meh. The game is so easy. Like, seriously. That game is, like, so easy to the point where it's just like, it's too easy for even Nintendo standards. Like, I honestly don't go back to that game, honestly. I never even completed it. Like, that game is just way too easy, and, you know, I like harder games, honestly. Like, I like Kirby games, don't get me wrong, but Star Allies, it was kind of disappointing if you compare to, like, other Kirby games. And I don't even think Sakurai was developing this game, so... And they also had Octopath Traveler for March. I forgot about that. Now, let's talk. So, overall, I think this year was meh. They had some good things, you know, they had really amazing games like Smash, and, you know, they had a lot of bad, poor decisions like the online. But overall, I thought this year was pretty meh. Now a lot of people are saying, oh, Enigma, how is it meh? You know, you like Smash. Smash was revealed, and, you know, why do you still say this year was meh? Well, Smash is just one game, though. If we're talking about a whole year, for Nintendo, one game is not gonna save the year. Like, yeah, they had some cool stuff, but 2018 just was nothing too exciting besides Smash. I feel like they were really saving 2018 as like the Smash Brothers year. They weren't planning on making it like anything else. They just wanted this year to be strictly Smash Brothers, and they wanted to save their other big game announcements for 2019. Now, I know I said that I'll be doing 2019 prediction videos on the first day of 2019. I know, but I'm not going to be predicting anything in this video. However, some people might be wondering, oh, well, do you think 2019 is going to be better than 2018? And honestly, I kind of have a good feeling about 2019. I think it's probably going to be a lot better than 2018. I mean, yeah, Smash was in 2018, but again, it's just one game, and one game is not going to save the year. And, you know, everything else that was basically first party was pretty meh. It wasn't like anything groundbreaking. 2019, let's see all the games that are potentially coming out in 2019. We have Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing, Yoshi, and Metroid Prime 4. We already have, oh, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Forgot about that. We have a lot of first-party games, like big first-party games, coming in 2019, and who knows what else we will be getting revealed next, well, technically in a few days, because we're obviously going to be getting a January Direct. I mean, let's be honest. So overall, I do have a better feeling about 2019. 2018 was just overall meh. Not too big exciting games besides Smash. And, you know, it was just overall not the best year. Like, it was definitely not a 2017. But I will say that this was definitely not as low as, like, the Wii U's worst years. Like, Wii U had some pretty bad years, and, like, the Switch is obviously doing a lot better. Nintendo was definitely trying with the Switch. They're trying to make games that everyone enjoys, and I really appreciate that about them. But I honestly think that they were just trying to save this year as, like, the Smash Brothers year, and, you know, focus all on their big games for next year. I think that's what they were trying to go for, and honestly, I'm kind of excited for 2019, because who knows what we'll be getting. Like, what Smash DLC, more Luigi's Mansion 3, and other big, new, exciting games. So anyways, meet me January 1st, where we talk about predictions for 2019. It's going to be a lot of fun, for sure. So anyways, tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought about Nintendo's 2018. Let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to hear it. Anyways, this has been Enigma, and peace. See you next time.